Emmett, Idaho, the Valley of Plenty. But there's so much more to Emmett than just gorgeous views and friendly people. Let's check it out. So what is Emmett known for? When most people hear Emmett, the first thing that pops into their head is probably going to be cherries or the Cherry Festival, and rightfully so. The orchards in Emmett produce millions of cherries. During the 4-day-long Cherry Festival to celebrate the cherry harvest, roughly 50,000 people show up, and they go through around 2,500 pounds of cherries. Live music, good food, happy people. What could be better than that? I've got 2 words for you. American muscle. Emmett has a very impressive classic car community, and if you're a car enthusiast like myself, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's almost impossible to drive through town without rubbernecking to look at a gorgeous time capsule on wheels, but the best part about it, not only are they all throughout town, they come together for shows throughout the entire summer. My 2 favorites are the Show and Shine and the Cruise Night, which is a neat one because anybody with a classic car older than 1979 can show up and join a parade that goes up and down Washington, and tons of people show up on the sides of the street to watch it. It's an awesome, awesome event. So what exactly is there to do in Emmett? Well, I think the better question would be, what isn't there to do in Emmett? At first glance, all you might see is KT's Lanes, Frontier Cinema, or the Gem Historical Museum, but once you dig a little bit deeper, you're going to find a whole lot more. Whether it's hiking Squaw Butte or boating and kayaking Black Canyon Reservoir, the land around Emmett provides unparalleled opportunity for hunting, fishing, horseback riding, soaking in the hot springs at Roystone, and so much more. For a more tame outdoor experience, there's always the Gem Island Sports Complex with a green belt, soccer field, baseball fields, and basketball court. What is the housing situation looking like in Emmett? At the time of making this video, there are about 12 homes currently on the market, with the median asking price being around the $370,000 mark. You can find a wide variety of homes in Emmett, from cozy cottages to 100-acre ranches to new homes like those in the Highlands subdivision. A sense of community, volunteering, and compassion, all things that make Emmett the place it is all on display at the Pet Adoption League at the north end of Washington Street. The locally operated nonprofit shelter has helped connect many furry friends with their new owners, including myself and my fiery little girl Sadie. If y'all would like to help them out, they will graciously accept any help they can get, whether it's showing up to take the dogs for a walk, or even dropping by food supplies, anything no big or small. In preparation for this video, I created a post in the Emmett Idaho Facebook group asking what everybody's pros and cons were about Emmett, and had an absolutely overwhelming response with dozens of pros and cons. So I categorized them into the top responses, and starting with the cons, here they are. The number 1 con that most people had about Emmett was the mosquitoes. There tends to be a really big issue with mosquitoes in the summer with Emmett. The second con is a lack of services and businesses. Aside from D&B, Albertsons, and the Family Dollar, there's really not a whole lot as far as grocery shopping or clothing shopping, which is an issue. And as many of you know, Albertsons does run on the more expensive side. The third issue was the infrastructure, and this one is kind of a compounding issue. The roads are tending to fall apart in some areas because of the age of them, and the roads aren't big enough to handle the kind of traffic. There's 3 stoplights in Emmett. The fourth con is Freeze Out Hill. Emmett has 1 main entrance in and out, and for the most part, it's only 1 lane each way. There's a passing lane going up the hill at Freeze Out, but it's not a very big lane at all. Through all the pros, these rose to the top. The first one being small town. Even though Emmett is growing in size, the population sits right about 7,000 people, just over 7,000 people. So in comparison to many of the other towns in the area, Emmett still is a very small town. The second pro is small businesses. Now, this is a huge pro because Emmett has done a great job of not letting big companies come in. You might see the Arctic Circle or the McDonald's in town, but aside from that, the majority of the businesses in Emmett are small or family-owned businesses. The third pro being outdoor activities. Emmett has great opportunities from outdoor activities, whether it's kayaking, boating, hiking, fishing, hunting, horseback riding. I can't even begin to explain everything that you can do around Emmett. The fourth one being gorgeous views. Emmett has some absolutely gorgeous views, and because there's not many people in the small town, you can see some absolutely gorgeous starry skies at night. And last but not least, rising to the top of the list, Emmett is super safe. It's a great town if you want to raise a family. Everybody knows everybody, and you just feel safe when you're in Emmett. From talking to and hearing from many of the people in Emmett, I've gathered a common consensus. Emmett is becoming less and less of a small town, and although it is a sad sight, growth is inevitable anywhere. With more and more fields turning into subdivisions and people moving into Emmett from out of the area, here's something to keep in mind. Remember why you moved here. Embrace the small town life, look after your neighbor and your community, and leave the go, go, go rat race mentality at the top of the hill. Just an advisory, the jackalopes in the area are very aggressive and have been known to eat dogs, cats, small children, especially during their mating season, which runs roughly from January 1st to December 31st. If you've made it this far, then I must have done a good job with the video. If I could ask for a huge favor, drop this video a like, comment your favorite thing about Emmett, and be sure to hit that subscribe button so you get notified of all my future videos. Until next time, I'm Isaac Crace, your third generation Idaho Realtor.